What was supposed to be an ordinary night, dinner, a mindless movie neither of us cared about, turned into the beginning of an unraveling I never saw coming. The kind of evening you fall into when love feels steady, familiar. At least, that's what I believed. She was laughing at something on her phone, the bluish glow flickering against her face in the dim room. For only a heartbeat, I caught a name on the screen, unfamiliar, sharp in its strangeness. My gut knotted instantly. She noticed my gaze and, without hesitation, flipped her phone over, still laughing. "Just a friend," she said lightly, as if that explained everything. But when someone calls a person nobody while hiding the screen like it's radioactive, you don't need evidence. You already know. I tried to brush it off, to enjoy the evening, to pretend the crack I'd seen wasn't real. Still, the thought churned inside me. Her laughter sounded different, maybe too rehearsed. Her touch no longer lingered. And her eyes, they seemed to be looking somewhere else entirely. That night, I didn't confront her. No accusations, no scene. I decided to wait, to watch, to listen. And it didn't take long before the signs multiplied. She stayed up late more often, locked her phone, and smiled at messages I wasn't meant to see. I became a shadow in my own home, while she morphed into someone unrecognizable, a stranger wearing the face of the woman I once trusted. One night, I broke. She was in the shower, steam curling under the bathroom door. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I hadn't planned to touch it, I swear I hadn't, but my hand moved as if it already knew what my heart was refusing to admit. I picked it up. There it was. His name. This time, it wasn't a stray message or two. It was hundreds. Pictures. Plans. Shared jokes. Memories. Words soaked in intimacy. The kind we once exchanged, the kind that proved this wasn't a fling. This was deliberate. This was a replacement. Piece by piece, she'd taken me out of her life and put him in. I didn't wait for her to step out of the shower. I didn't want the lies, the rehearsed apologies. I went straight to the closet, packed a bag with only what I needed, and left. Quietly. No notes. No farewells. Just gone. She never thought I'd do it. But she didn't know me anymore. The next few days blurred together. I checked into a cheap hotel, ignored her calls and messages. At first, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. "Where are you? Talk to me. This isn't fair. I can explain." But explain what? Choices don't need explanations. She made hers. I made mine. I blocked her number, deleted our photos, unfollowed her everywhere. Tried to erase her from my life. But you don't erase someone you loved, you only turn down the volume until the noise fades. 2 weeks later, I rented a small apartment. A new start. A chance to breathe. Nights were the hardest, waking and instinctively reaching across the bed for someone who wasn't there. Cruel muscle memory. But slowly, the quiet became peaceful. The ache softened. 6 months passed. Then she showed up. I was walking home from work, groceries in one hand, headphones dangling in the other, when I turned a corner and saw her waiting outside my building. She looked smaller somehow, not physically, but like the weight of guilt had pressed her down. "Hey," she said, voice gentle, like nothing had shattered between us. I didn't reply. Just stared. "Can we talk?" she asked. I should have walked past her. But I didn't. Maybe I wanted answers. Maybe I wanted to hear her admit it out loud. We sat in a small cafe nearby, the kind of place she'd never been, my little haven. She stirred her coffee endlessly, hands trembling. "I never thought you'd really leave," she whispered. That was her mistake. She thought love made me weak. She never realized it gave me the strength to walk away. She insisted it hadn't been serious, that she was confused, that it was a mistake. But mistakes don't last for months. Mistakes don't send good morning texts every day. Mistakes don't replace your partner with someone else. She cried. Told me she missed me. Said life hadn't been the same. And maybe I believed her. But regret isn't love. Guilt doesn't heal betrayal. "I don't need forgiveness," she murmured. "I just wanted you to know I still think about us." For the first time in a long while, I felt nothing. No pain. No anger. Just clarity. "You think about us," I said quietly. "But you didn't fight for us when it mattered." She didn't argue. Couldn't. She just stood there, waiting for more words. But I'd already said enough. I left her sitting at that table and walked back into the life I'd built without her. A life that had no room for someone who once believed I'd endure anything, no matter how deeply she cut. If someone shows you your place in their world, believe them. Don't wait for explanations. Don't wait for apologies that come too late. Sometimes the strongest move is walking away when they least expect it, and never turning back.